and welcome to the Season 10 Rookie Test here in Berlin, Tempelhof. I'm Saunders CB, I'm joined by Championship journalist Katy Fairman. Now, we have a packed grid of rookie drivers out on track right now, as it happens.
Hey, they're perfectly timed, actually.
About half of the grid have been here before, with some experience in Formula E. The other half, this is their completely first time getting behind the wheel of a Formula E car. Now, before we go into who is taking part today, let's just go back, simplify and talk about what a Formula E rookie test is and how you qualify.
Yeah, so we've actually had rookie tests at several locations before. We've had Valencia, Misano, we had a free practice a couple of months ago. We've had Marrakesh, we've had here in Berlin. So there's lots of different locations, but basically to qualify as a Formula E rookie, you just can't have taken part in a Formula E race before. So yeah, it means that we get an incredible array of talent taking part in this rookie test from all different categories and championships. And yeah, I'm loving watching them on track.
It's a great opportunity for these guys and girls to get the chance of getting real experience and data gathering of Formula E cars in a very unique racing championship where there's a lot of characteristics that are very different to any other sport, any other motorsport. And this is a really good chance for them. But it's not just a good opportunity for drivers, it's a good opportunity for the teams as well, because it's essentially, this is another day of track data they can use then for the current championship.
Totally, yeah. I mean, in-season testing is quite a rarity in Formula E, so yeah, they'll be making sure to get as much data from these cars as possible. We've still got several rounds left of the championship in Shanghai, Portland and London, so perhaps they might be testing different data packages and software packages in preparation for those kind of events. And it's going to be a really valuable day, 8 hours of testing for those teams.
It's a lot of track time. The one thing we have to talk about is the real weight behind this opportunity is it is a big day of interviewing, isn't it?
Very much so.
Like, the opportunities, it's a tried and tested pathway that we've seen in Formula E. The likes of Nick Cassidy, Nico Muller, Norman Nasso, Sasha Fenestraz, Nick De Vries. I mean, the list goes on. All drivers that have been rookies at one point, and you know, some of them champions in Formula E or championship contenders.
Very much so, yeah. It's a huge opportunity. Like you say, the perfect job interview. And yeah, I'm sure that we're going to be seeing some of these talents on a Formula E grid in the very near future.
So today works out as 2 4-hour sessions where teams can send their rookies out to do whatever they want. It could either be one lap pace orientated, just looking for pure timings, what they can extract out of the car, but also they might be running energy management programs as well to get the rookies up to speed with that very unique side of Formula E racing. Katy, let's talk about some of the drivers taking part today because the level of talent is through the roof.
It really is. We have champions from single-seaters, endurance racing, tin tops, everything you can imagine. So yeah, there's lots of talent that I am really excited to see how they get on. Some, like you say, who maybe have never got behind the wheel of a Formula E car before. Some that are familiar faces. One that pops to mind is Felipe Drugovich, 2022 Formula 2 champion. He's testing with Maserati MSG Racing, and he actually had an opportunity to test here last year with them at the Berlin Rookie Test. Topped the timesheets with a time that was literally just tenths off the pole time that we saw here from the professional full-time drivers. So yeah, a huge talent, and let's see if he makes his way to Formula E full-time in the future.
He looks incredibly handy behind a Formula E car for Maserati. Now, I can see the journey. I can see the possibility in front of him.
Mystic Meg.
Current, of course, reserve driver for the Aston Martin Formula 1 team as well. But talking about F2, you've also got current F2 championship leader, Zane Maloney, who's back behind a Formula E car. He does a lot of simulator work as a reserve driver for Andretti, but he's here getting another full day of testing.
He is, yeah. Often see him at the races, making sure he's trackside learning as much as he can. So it would be quite nice to switch maybe the garage for actually in the race seat and getting the chance to obviously help improve the team with the simulator work he might be doing once he actually gets a feel for the car on track. So yeah, a really promising talent in Zane Maloney.
Now, Katy, you shared with me an amazing stat earlier about F2 and the number of drivers taking part and you know where they are currently. Can you tell the audience, because it is a great stat.
More, yeah. So currently in the Formula 2 driver standings, 5 out of the top 6 currently have either taken part in a Formula E race this weekend or are here doing the rookie test. So it really is, like, Formula 2 is almost a championship in single-seaters for the next big talents. And so the fact that they're here, plus we've got more of them that are either vice champions in F2 or maybe haven't quite had the successful start that they wanted to the season. But yeah, like, so much talent in that FT Championship that are here on track at the moment.
Let's just talk about two of them. It's Taylor Barnard and Paul Aaron, who only a few months ago in Mazzardo were doing that rookie free practice and then did a double-header weekend. It just shows you that if you are in the mix with these teams, the call-up could come at any point.
Very much so, yeah. And like, aside from drivers that have actually taken part in a race, we've also got people like Dennis Hauger, who's an FIA Formula 3 champion as well, Kushmani as well. So there's so many amazing talents. And I love it. I love seeing young talent getting a chance. It's great.
And I always say that with these rookie tests, it is underserving them saying the word rookie.
It is,
because the talent is unreal. Not just in single seater as well. Let's talk about DTM because you're returning to a rookie test is Sheldon van der Linde. His brother took part in the doubleheader for Cupra this weekend. Sheldon's been behind the wheel of that Jaguar before. He's a reigning DTM champion. You've got Thomas Preening, who is the current reigning DTM champion. That's a lot of experience there from not just single seater, and we know the style of racing that you get in DTM isn't too dissimilar to that elbows out style of racing you see in Formula E. So the real benefit from being good in those championships and now getting a chance in this one.
Tag Heuer Porsche's Pascal Wehrlein, perfect example. Former DTM champion, and now look at him absolutely smashing it in Formula E. So yeah, it really is. Although they're a completely different style of car, like you say, the kind of racing really does lend itself well to the kind of style we get in Formula E.
There's two other drivers that we do have to talk about taking part today. There is W Series race winner Alice Powell, and of course, F1 Academy reigning champion Marta García.
Yeah, firstly, love the representation on track. But two incredible talents. And for Marta García, she was racing yesterday and she's flown here especially for this opportunity with ERT. And for Alice Powell, she has got a lot of experience. She's the test and development driver at Envision Racing, so she's been a huge part of their success. They're the reigning team champions. She's obviously had influence in that, but she's also taken part in 2 rookie tests before. The rules have changed slightly for this season, so previously drivers were kind of capped at 2 rookie test opportunities, but FIA has been kind enough to expand that, which I'm very grateful for because I love seeing Alice out on track.
Well, last time Alice took part in a rookie test was Marrakesh, and she was partnered next to Nick Cassidy, and we all know how he's doing. We could be here all day talking about the rookies taking part today because, as I said, the level of talent, the caliber is through the roof. But if you do want to know more about every single driver, then head over to the FIAFormulaE.com website and you can see everything about everyone taking part today, their history and what they're bringing to the table. Because who knows, they might be in a Formula E car one day.
Yeah, that's very true. In fact, one last person that I'd like to mention is Enzo Fittipaldi, who is with the Jaguar TCS racing team. And once again, talent in Formula 2, had some great success, won one of the races earlier this year. But he is taking part with Jaguar. But his brother, Pietro Fittipaldi, actually did the rookie test for Jaguar several years prior. So they're slowly making their way through the Fittipaldi family. And I just think that's quite a nice little story of the 2 brothers getting the opportunity.
A great story. And of course, just thinking about it now, Formula 1 legend Emerson did a demo car drive here a few years ago. So Formula E has really got through multiple generations of the Fittipaldi family.
They really have, yeah. Amazing opportunity for them.
So we could sit here all day talking about the rookie test, but let's hear from the drivers taking part themselves. At the end of the morning session and over 1,000 laps completed, DS Penske rookie Robert Shwartzman topped the timings with a 1:02.050, which was just a couple of tenths of a second shy of Jake Dennis' pole lap ahead of the Sun Mini Meal Berlin E-Prix round 10 on Sunday. Felipe Drugovich, another familiar face in Formula E's pool of rookie drivers, was second quickest in the first session. He was once again behind the wheel of the Maserati MSG racing car, having topped the times in Berlin in a rookie test last year and tested in rookie-free practice in Rome, where he also wound up fastest. Frederick Vesti was next quickest, a few hundredths of a second back. The Dane is among the standout talents to emerge from the FIA single-seater pathway in recent times. An impressive 37 race victories and 81 podium finishes across stints in Formula 4, Formula Regional, FIA Formula 3 and FIA Formula 2. He also narrowly finished runner-up in the Formula 2 title race last season. Sheldon van der Linde for Jaguar TCS Racing, Gabriele Mini for Nissan and Kushmani for Mahindra Racing rounded out the top 6, and FIA Formula 2 standings leader Zane Maloney in the Andretti finding himself 7th, just over 3.5 tenths from Schwartzman's best. Marta García for ERT had spent the weekend competing in Freca at Hockenheim and headed directly to Tempelhof for her work with ERT. The F1 Academy champion rounded in 21st, completing the team's data collection and development program for the morning.
It's just really different to what I'm used to. But no, actually enjoying it for now. I think it's been quite okay. So we're just learning with the team, you know, trying to understand as much as possible, trying to get as much knowledge from the car and from how it works. So yeah, I would say it's quite different from what I used to, but it's another thing, and it's actually quite good.
Shwartzman set an even quicker time in the afternoon than he had in the morning, a 1:01.937, just a tenth slower than the reigning champion Jake Dennis managed with his pole effort on Sunday.
Yeah, it was a good day. Overall, we tried a few different things. Some of them worked. I feel like I had a pretty good feeling with the car straight away. From the beginning of the day, we found good pace. Yeah, and to be honest, it's another very good day of testing in Formula E. It's a lot of fun. We did some laps, tried different things. So overall, we're very happy. And yeah, team did also a very good job. It's been a very pleasant day.
American driver Jak Crawford enjoyed a strong first taste of Formula E with the second quickest time of the second session, just over a tenth and a half behind Shwartzman's pace. The American has seen success in karting before making his car racing debut in Formula 4 in 2018. After 2 years in FIA Formula 3, he was promoted to FIA Formula 2, quickly becoming a race winner at the sprint race in Austria.
Yeah, it's a new experience for me, my first time in this car, and you know, I race in F2 and I've raced, you know, downforce cars for a couple of years now, and it's quite interesting, you know, with the tires and you know, little downforce on the car, but the torque and power is actually quite strong, and even stronger than what I drive. So it's actually quite interesting on that aspect, and it just requires a bit of a different driving style. It's a bit different to drive, a bit more tricky, so bit of a new challenge.
Sheldon van der Linde managed another competitive time in the afternoon, just under a quarter of a second from the ultimate pace as he worked through his program with Jaguar TCS Racing, winding up third. Felipe Drugovich is no stranger to a Formula E rookie test and always finds himself up the sharp end of the timesheet, fourth this afternoon. Kush Miney from Mahindra Racing came home fifth, with Enzo Fittipaldi rounding out the top six in the Jaguar. Head to the Formula E website for full details and all of the session times.
It's a whole nother world, you know. It's my first time driving anything electric, and I have to say it really opens up your mind as a racing driver, because, you know, you have to change a lot of things on the steering wheel while you're driving. So yeah, that's really fun, and there's a lot of things that you can change in the car to affect the car balance in the moment. That's really cool, because in Formula 2 you can only really change the brake bias and the throttle map. I've learned a lot, and I'm just very happy to be here.
So that brings Season 10's Berlin rookie test to a close. 8 hours of track time, thousands of laps later, and some impressive performances across the timesheet. Who knows, maybe we'll see one of these drivers in a full-time race seat very soon.